let's say this is our f of x function. And we're estimating the area below from A to B. And we just have our rectangles. Well, to get the rectangles, like you said, we multiply the base times the height, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we can call the base change in x.
Okay, yeah.
And then we can call the height f of xi, which is whatever x value that goes with that rectangle.
Okay.
And then we're taking the summation of, yeah. So what do you think we're taking the summation of?
X times, or f of xi times delta x.
Yeah, okay.
For however many n we have. So I guess it would be b minus a.
Xi times change in x from n equals, yeah, just do like 1 to, what it really matters, 1 to I equals 1 to n. And okay, so this is for n number of rectangles. If I want to get the exact area under the curve rather than an estimate with the rectangles, do you know how many rectangles I would need to get the exact area?
I guess you'd have to do an infinite amount of rectangles.
Yeah, so how do we express that in the
formula?
formula?
The limit as x approaches infinity, or not x, as n approaches infinity.
Okay, yeah. So that's the, okay, so this is kind of the more basic version of the formula.
Mm-hmm.
There's a more precise one. So what we can do is come up with formulas for xi and the change in x. So the change in x represents the width of the rectangle, right, or the base.
Mm-hmm.
You know how to calculate the width of the rectangle?
Take the total, I guess, b minus a, and then divide that by n to get the amount of rectangles we have.
Yeah, divide by the number to get the rectangle width, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sorry, yeah, to get the rectangle width.
Right, so you take the whole interval, divide by the number of rectangles, you get the width of each rectangle. Okay, and now we need expression for xi. So how do we, okay, so here's how to get xi is. What's the first x value that we plug in? Or the height of the first rectangle?
F of 0? Or I guess f of a, rather. F of a,
Yeah, a, right. Okay.
Yeah, f of a.
And then how do we get to the next rectangle then?
Plus delta x.
Right, which is what?
N? No.
Well, what do we say?
B minus a over n.
Okay, right. And then, so that's how you get the next one. How do you get to the next one after that?
Plus b minus over n plus 1.
Well, not plus 1, but you just add another b minus a over n.
Another
right?
b minus a. Okay, that makes sense, yeah.
And then if you keep on going, right, how do you, like, for example, how do you get to the third one?
You just add another b minus a over n.
Yes. Okay, how do we get to like the 100th one?
You just add another b minus a over n to the 100th, or n sub 100.
You add it, okay, yeah. So you add it 100 times, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then if I want to get the ith, whatever, the ith rectangle, what would...
Mm-hmm. Just multiply times I.
Yeah. Okay. And then that should be the formula, or the more precise formula. Okay, does that make sense?
Yep, that does.
So yeah, if we use this formula for this problem, what do you plug in?
So b is pi, a is pi over 2, b minus a is pi over 2 over n.
Okay.
So that would be pi over 2 over n. Figure out what n is. And then it would be, so f of x is that up at the top cosine 2x plus 7 plus f plus 2 to the x.
Okay.
But actually it would be f of pi over 2, or no, f of pi plus pi over 2n times I.
Plus pi over 2 and I, yeah.
Wouldn't it be pi instead of pi over 2 for a? Oh, no, never mind. Okay, yeah. Pi over 2 plus pi over 2n. And then we'd have to figure out I, wouldn't we? Or rather n, wouldn't we?
Well, n's going to infinity.
Oh, okay, got it.
Okay, so those are the a and b values we plug in. Okay, what else do we need then?
So we plug in 1 for I?
Well, i's being counted. It goes from 1 to n.
1 to n. Yeah, that makes sense. Would we? Okay. So that pi over 2 plus pi over 2 ni is like our x. So we'd plug in that into cosine of 2x plus 7 plus 17 plus 2x.
Yeah, okay, exactly. Yeah, because f is just a general function, but we have a specific function looking at. Okay, so what does that look like?
So that would be cosine of 2 times pi over 2 plus pi over 2 ni plus 7.
Of 2 times. Okay.
Plus 17 plus 2 to the pi over 2 plus 2, or plus pi over 2 ni.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, that should be it then.